Hello crafty friends, Happy New Year and welcome to our first video of 2026. Today I thought I would play with this die. It's an aperture die that cuts lots of hearts out in a heart shape. But I've also got this die from a completely different set. I think it is X-cut because it's black. And I was wondering if I could cut out this and then cut out the outside to create a heart piece with apertures in it. So that's what I'm going to start with. This is a piece of linen textured white card. I'm going to cut the aperture out first and then cut the big heart. I held my die down with washi tape so it didn't shift around, and I've just warmed the tape with my hairdryer to soften the adhesive so I can remove it without damaging the cardstock. So I've got all my little hearts. I'll just punch those out and I'll probably try and keep them. Now I've flicked half of them across my craft room because they'd be quite useful for something. Let's try a gentler approach. This kind of die is really good because not only does it cut out the aperture, it cuts out the hearts. So if I want some hearts, lots of hearts, quickly in different sizes, I can just run this through my die cutting machine with my choice of cardstock. And obviously you can get all sorts of aperture type dies that do this kind of thing and give you all sorts of different shapes. Right, now let's get this die over my hearts. I'm just lining it up as best I can. I think that's about right, and I'll hold that down again. Right, I'm really pleased with that. That's exactly what I wanted. So I'm thinking this can go on the front of my card with something behind the aperture, but I do want to bump this up ever so slightly using, I think foam tape will do the trick. I've got some strips of 1mm deep foam tape, so it only gives a little bit of a lift, and I've just cut it so it's nice and thin. And I can encourage it. I take the top release paper off, I'll be able to curve it a bit. So I can encourage it around the outside edge. So I flip that over and just check that I can't see any of that tape, and that's fine. Because I've taken the release paper off, I want to keep that somewhere where it's not going to get stuck to something. So this is some spare release paper. I'm just thinking if I put this heart in the middle of a 4x6 inch card blank, it's going to kind of fill up too much space. But if I put it over to the side a bit and have it just hanging off like that and trim it off when I put the heart in the hole, if you see what I mean, then I've got lots of white space around here. So it would count as a clean and simple card, I think. Now I want to make something to go behind my heart, something colourful. So I've got a piece of smooth cardstock here. So I think I'm going to use some Luscious pigment powder. These ones, I think I got them for my birthday last year. This is Cheeky Peach. And this one is Rosy Glow, but we'll start with the Cheeky Peach. I've put some water on my mat and I'll just mix that with the powder, pick it up with my smusher and smush it on. And I'll dry that. And now for the Rosy Glow. So we can still see some of that Cheeky Peach poking through the Rosy Glow. Right, I'll dry that. And this bit I'm going to pick up with a mop-up journal. If you want to know more about mop-up journals, then there is a video about it linked below. So now that's dry, I'm going to use this tumbling heart stencil, so add some teeny tiny hearts. And I'm going to use Victorian Velvet Distress Oxide. So the Luscious powders that I've put on are lovely and shiny because they contain mica. The Distress Oxide is not shiny because it doesn't contain any mica. It's a matte finish. So I think that'll provide a nice bit of contrast, some solid colour, some more hearts, and a contrast between the shimmer and shine and the matte ink. Yeah, I like that. And I'm not going to waste this ink that's on my stencil. I've spritzed it with a white pearl shimmer spray, and I'm going to press a piece of scrap card down onto it, and this can go in my box of backgrounds and bits. There we go. And all I want to do to this now is to spatter on some gold, because I love gold and I love spatters. I often get asked about this palette. It was originally a Prima Metallic Accents palette, which had metallic paints in it. And I also bought the Prima Metallic Accents Pastels palette, which had pastel paints in it, pastel metallics. And gradually over the years, I've used pretty much all of those up. And now what I do is I put pigment powder in and mix it with water. And then I get a nice paint. And I do have a video about that as well, so I'll link that down below too. Right, I'll hold that still while I blow dry it. And there we have a lovely shimmery, shiny, mixed media bit of paper to put behind my heart. And I'm thinking the best way to go about this is to cut out the same size heart from it. And I'm going to put it right into the corner. So I've got these bits because I might want to add some sprinkles or something, and I could cut them out of this. So there we have my mixed media heart and my aperture heart. And although the foam on this is sticky, I'm going to add some extra glue. And this is not for extra stickiness, it's to make it easier for me to wiggle the heart into place. Double-sided tape and foam is very grabby. Once it's down, it's down. But if you put a bit of wet glue of some description on your tape or your foam, it will give you a few moments of wiggle time and allow you to wiggle like that. And I think that is now in place. Just to keep everything clean, I'm going to use the release paper to press it down firmly. So I popped a bit of tape around that and a bit of wet glue on the back, and that is going to go there. I think if I pop my rule of thirds acetate grid, you can see that the centre of the heart is on this intersection here. I'm not sure it's entirely straight. Before I set that down firmly, I'm just going to make sure the point of my heart here and here are in line. To cut my heart in line with the edge of my card, I just lined up my metal ruler here with the edge of the card and then dragged the knife very gently, one layer at a time, through the card. I didn't want to use scissors or a trimmer because I thought it would probably mangle the edge here. So I've got a nice clean edge. For my sentiment, I'm thinking of a gold thanks there. I don't want to put it on its outline. I have got an outline die for this because I think it will cover up too much of my background. I'm adding high-tack white glue to the back of this so that it stays stuck while it's drying. And I'm using my glue dotter, which is just a cut down basting brush. Got my T-square ruler again, just to help me get the thanks straight. I'll press that down with the release paper. And when the glue that's got onto the foil is dried, I will just buff it off with a bit of tissue because that easily takes any sticky glue off of foil cardstock. And I think I just want a couple of other somethings. So I'm going to put 3 small pale gold Nuvo drops down here and 3 up here. Right, there you go. That is done and dusted. I'm going to leave it there before I add more and spoil it. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope it's given you some ideas, maybe some crafty sparks. And don't worry if you haven't got aperture dies like this. You can do DIY aperture dies. There is a video about that linked below as well. So if you want to know more about making your own DIY apertures, then check that one out too. Right, that's enough gabbling from me. I will hopefully see you back here very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.